Breaking news! Breaking news! Welcome to the Cat1 show. Welcome to the earthquake report. We know the earth moves and earthquakes happen. Guys. Tremendous day today. Oh, Mexico! Baja California, not so close from here. OMG. .1 earthquake around Maniadero, Baja California. Since we had all that activity, all that action at the Salton Sea last week, around Friday or so, that 4 points, right? There were all that noise is going on that little trail there down, and now we have a 5.5 at Pacific time here in the West Coast, US, 8:30 and 33 seconds. Then there was a 4.5 of San Vicente, Mexico. So I guess that's in the immediate area. Since then, we have had 2, 4, all total 4 and above earthquakes in the same amount of time, around the 8 o'clock area. So the total earthquakes so far for that area are about 12, 14, let's see, about 14 aftershocks or so. But it's a very active situation there. So let's hit it again. Southern California, the usual suspects: Los Angeles, San Diego, Tijuana. Be on alert, be on high guard. There's a lot of activity been pouring down. Remember, a year ago around July, we had a major 7.1 earthquake along with a 6.4 the day before. So all that's still out there settling down somewhere. So do we know if that was the single quake, or is it an aftershock, or is it a foreshock? That's the problem with earthquakes. It's hard to tell where it's going to go. So here's what we got, guys. We got an area right now of activity, but here's is a very sporadic activity where it starts and shuts off completely. Like the Salton Sea stopped completely, and then it moved down a few miles down, right? And now it's in this area of Maniadero, Baja California, on the side of Mexico. So for the area of Mexico, Tijuana, let's be on high guard, guys. Let's prevent any more than the event itself by being prepared, having what we need: water, electricity, things like that we can prepare with, extra food. Also, guys, you know, we're living in difficult times, right? So let's prepare for other people too. Sometimes not everybody is as wise as you are. So sometimes some people might need a little bit of help. Guys, let's store extra stuff so we can be charitable. These are times of trial. It tries our heart, our soul, and how giving we are to others, right? So let's be prepared. Remember, extra blankets, extra things that we may need. Right now it's hot, but in some desert areas it gets very cold at night. You know, so always prepare for the worst and pray for the best, right? Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's all we can do. You never want to be caught off guard and say, God, man, if I would have just listened to. Okay? So these are just basically knockings on the door. Hey, are you there? Are you ready? Right? And then we alert, right? Guys, if in the event that nothing happens, you can always eat that food and keep renewing it, right? So let's get on here to the map to see what's going on. We've been having a little bit of activity, an unusual activity, especially yesterday, right? Guys, I hope you like my show. So if you like, please like, share, subscribe, comment. If it's entertaining to you, my idea is just to illuminate you, illustrate you, or inspire you to do something for the better of all mankind, right? Like we can help ourselves and we can help other people at the same time. So give me a second, I'm gonna turn this around. My videos are not edited, they're chaotic as the world is, so anything can happen. So I'm just going to turn this around so we can put it on the screen so I can give you a better illustration of what's going on. We're going to talk about also all this activity in terms of hurricanes, cyclones, and tropical storms. So one moment, please. All right, guys, here we go. This is the activity we've been having here today. We woke up with this, right? I haven't checked I hope there's no injuries, there's no major damage here, but a 5.1 in certain areas can be a bit rattling, right? Depending on how shallow it is. And let's see, this had a depth of about 16 kilometers, so it was deep. It was deep, so that's a good thing, right? So here we go. We have this the basin here of the Gulf of California. And this is a strip of land here, and this is the Pacific. So I'm gonna pow, pow. All right, so we can give yourself an idea. See how close is this to San Diego and Tijuana, right? So here's the Salton Sea where we had that activity last week, where we were like a little concerned here. We always concerned of the San Andreas here that runs through it. See, do we know that maybe this put pressure on this? That's a question for scientists. I'm not a scientist, so I'm just kind of passing on information that's interesting, and I've always been fascinated by earthquakes since I lived in the Southern California area most of my life, and I also as a child had experiences with hurricanes and earthquakes, so it kind of got me all excited into it and never went away. So here's Los Angeles, guys, and here's San Diego. You would think that this is a faraway area, but this is the concern, that this is along the San Andreas Fault, right? All this movement that came from here, is this related to one another? I have no clue, but it is possible. In the world of earthquakes, anything is possible. So guys, let's go back outside and let's see around the world. Remember last week, Tanzania had that 6.0. Very, very unusual earthquake, right? So here we go. We're having a bigger picture of what the world does. A little quieter on these areas here of the, actually, you know, these areas of Indonesia, Japan, normally they're very active, but today we're not registering much out of there. So that's good news for them. They take a little breather there while the Ring of Fire is planning whatever it's gonna do, guys. So here we go. So that we don't get too comfortable with this, let's put this in perspective, right? This is the last 30 days of this. Now you can see how different this looks, right? We had a 7.8 earthquake, which is the event of the month right there, right? Right there. 7.8 in Perryville, Alaska. There were some tsunami warnings about these. Rang the bells for everybody. Now we hear we had that unusual quake right here. You can see Africa right there, a 6.0. But you can see the Philippines had a 6.4. This area right here, right, of the Atlantic Ridge right here, and this is a 6.4, which is the second largest. So guys, this is what we got here for 30 days. So don't get comfortable about these things. Make sure you have the preparations at any minute, anytime. Any of these areas can be triggered, and now we're seeing more and more earthquakes out here in the area of Africa. Look at that, right? See that? 4.4 Uganda. You see all this activity? Now we got 4.6 Zambia. All right, so let's say hi to some people around the world, especially in Mexico, that today they had that little rattling in the area of Baja California. God bless you all over there. Make sure you're all safe. Make sure you're taking preparations. Don't take these things lightly. This might be just a little warning of something bigger coming. Remember, Mexico had that 7 point something not too long ago here in the area of, was it Puebla? No, it's God, I forgot for right now. But it was a big quake we had, and It was felt all the way into Mexico City. So we know the territory of Mexico is always prone for earthquakes. So let's be prepared, guys. So here's the event of the day so far, a 5.1 in the area of Baja California. So hello to everybody here in South America. Brazil rarely has earthquakes, you know. So that's good for them. They're in the area of the Atlantic. But remember, this Atlantic ridge, you see this split cut here? Always have activity. See? Right there. Right? So it's just to pay attention, guys, that just because we don't live in the ring of fire, that doesn't mean that we're not prone to have earthquake. There are faults going through the world everywhere. You can see all these red lines, right? So those are the tectonic plates that at any minute can move. People in Mauritania, if I misspell the country name, guys, I apologize. I promise I'll try next time. But Niger, say hello to everybody over there around the world. Saudi Arabia, right? People in India, Iran, Turkey. Turkey has a lot of quakes during the year, so they're very accustomed to the ground shaking in those areas. Italy has some. France, Spain, and Portugal. Hello, everybody. Ireland. Hello, everybody. Northern Ireland. Hello, everybody. In the United Kingdom, all together. Iceland are here in the very north. So, guys, you know, we are all part of this beautiful and wonderful world. And, you know, one thing that brings people together a lot of times is when catastrophes happen. But I wish we were more together every day of the year, because we need one another, especially in this world that is in a constant change, right? Somebody said in a quote that the only thing that is constant in life is change, right? And this can give you the idea of what it means, right? So we live in a constantly changing world, and we want to be very sympathetic to one another in every way, not only in times of pandemics, pestilences, and earthquakes or hurricanes, but every day of the year. Guys, right here, real quick, we got Genevieve here right off the coast of Mexico. So Mexico gets a Category 1 hurricane today, and also is dealing with a quake up here in the northern side. So here, this thing has a lot of pack on and a lot of strength in it, and look at how much of heat it has to go with. See, this is where we had that Elita. Elita came around the same way and brought in all that moisture along with 100 degrees temperature, made it very, very hard for us out here in Southern California, which is semi-desertic. So our weather gets, if we get some humidity, it gets very unbearable at a high temperature. Today we're looking at 98 right now out here. And let's look at the satellite picture for this. Now we see how these are developing. There we have another one here called, I believe it's Kyle here. No, Fausto, I'm sorry. This is Fausto, but look at how this one is developing. The eye is barely forming right there. It's probably going to be Category 2 by tomorrow or so. But look how close it's coming to the same Baja California. Can you get hit on the same day? Look at this. A hurricane and an earthquake. Wow. So guys in Baja California areas, all these areas that are prompt to the strong weather, right? Be safe out there, be prepared, make sure you have your preparations ready. LA, San Jose, Las Vegas, the usual suspects, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, and San Diego. Earthquakes can happen, be prepared at all time. All right, guys, I'm going to turn the camera around for a little bit so we can close this. And we're back. All right, guys, a little more update here. The Atlantic, right, which gets most of the hurricanes, and is getting an unusual number of hurricanes. They named 21 storms, right? And they think that might surpass this year. So that's a lot of storms. Luckily, the storm that we just got, what was the name? I just missed it, and it dissipated, so it didn't. It was heading towards the East Coast, but I guess it just dissipated. So that was a good news for us. But there are two that are developing. One in the very northern part of South America, that is a storm 97L, and then there's one right off the coast of Africa, which is 98L. So 97 and 98L, let's see what they do. But there's one after another one. In the Pacific, we have Fausto also. It's gonna miss. It's been developing out there for a while, but doesn't seem that it's getting. It's already named. It's already named, but not probably not hitting in the area of Hawaii or anything like that. But it's just a tropical storm right now, guys. Another thing that I like to point out to you is a little bit of the stock market. So let's go real quick just to give you a little heads up. The market today, you know, all these things relate, believe it or not, you know, because, you know, economies, when they do well and we have natural disasters, it's easier to help each other, right? So let's see what the economy is doing today. 27 Dow Jones 27,844 points, 86 minus. So today it was on the red by 86 points, which is a very moderate day. You can call it a flat day. Nasdaq, technology, right? All the guys that brought us all this good stuff, right? So we can have fun with and use it for business too. 11,129 points, up 110 points. You know, Nasdaq has been rallying. This technology, especially right now during this COVID pandemic, has broken records after records. The all-time high, 11,144, was reached today on 8/17/2020, and it settles just below by a few points. So you can see the people who are investing in technology, in a future of medicine and future of mechanics and cyber technology, well, they're having a good time right now. So some win, some lose, right? That's the stock market. The S&P, the guys that makes the cars, the guys that makes all the old school stuff. Woo, I love it. 3,381, up 9 points. So S&P 500 on February 19, 20, which is just when I believe they locked down back in March. It has hit the all-time at 33.93. Right now, it almost reached that area at 33.87. So if everything continues this way, it might reach it tomorrow, a new all-time high. So I don't know what that means in an overall picture, but it looks like we're heading the right way after this turmoil with COVID-19. We're still not out of the woods yet, but it's good to report that, hey, not everything is so bad, right? So, guys, thank you very much for your for listening, your support. I'm trying to do something here, so let's see what. I'm trying to close down the show. Let's see. There you go. So here we go. Guys, stay positive. Remember this. Things happen. They're not intentionally done to us. So when earthquakes, hurricanes, even this pandemic, things like this, we just have to fight it back with positivity, being prepared, and not be victims of these things, right? So stay strong. Keep going, and I'll keep bringing you some of these reports. Please like, share, subscribe if you like. Comment if you like to encourage me. Please, I appreciate it. I love doing this. It's like it's something I always liked, putting a spin on news, making it not so bad, right? Okay. God bless you all. Take care, and remember, Thank you for tuning in to the Alan Show. Thank you for tuning in to the earthquake report. Whoa.